Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Sherry with Beauty Inside&Out. I'm going to try to make several videos as long as I don't tire out. It's 5 after 7. And first of all, how do you guys like the shelf? Isn't this darling? Anyway, that's our family crest. My dad was Irish. His mother was Scottish, but his bloodline was Irish from Galway. Then my mother's side of the family is Scottish, near Inverness and Dingwall. I know, what a name, right? Dingwall. But in northern Scotland, so where it's really cold. So anyway, first of all, I'm going to try to, since I feel better, I got a cat hair, dog hair, never ceases to amaze me every time you put on lip gloss. It's like, it sucks it, no matter what it is, if you wear lip gloss. There were some questions, and I don't really feel like I need to do this video, but I'm going to, out of respect for everybody that watches the channel. Last night I was in the emergency room again. Now, they did blood work and they did an x-ray and an EKG. And as all that proved, that the doctor told me, is that I wasn't at that particular moment having a heart attack. To determine if I was still going to have a heart attack or I may gonna have a heart attack, they would have had to do blood work every 3 hours like they did the previous time I was in there all night long. And even the night I was in there all night long, I had to sign myself out because they wished that I didn't leave. 2 times before that, I signed myself out. They wished I didn't leave. But everybody's got to remember, I got a mother to take care of. Now, yes, the time I stayed there all night, I put her in rehab. I put my dog in the kennel. And I just can't do that every time. It takes a lot to get my mother in rehab because her insurance has to think there's a reason for her to go into rehab. Not just because I need her to go into rehab. My dog is $33 a night. Plus he has to be current on all his shots, and he is, except his Bordetella. And that's what they require. So for him to go back in now, I've got to have the Bordetella. And I hope to God this ain't going to be a long video because this is a lot of explaining. Even if they wished me to stay last night, I couldn't have done it. I had my mother with me. They knew that. I had Rodney with me as the other gentleman I take care of. They knew that. They knew my particular situation was not ideal, being that I am a caregiver. And that's one thing with caregivers. You know, we're not allowed to get sick. Because if we get sick, there's nobody there to take up the slack. My daughter lives all the way in past Tampa, so it'd take her 2 hours to get here. And I really don't have anyone else. My father passed away in 2016. My sister, I take care of her too. So she's not, she's got some issues, let's just put it that way. I don't want to go into personal business, but she's got some issues of her own. So I help take care of her. I also take care of 3 rescue dogs, 2 others besides Ace. I have Max, and I have Kaylee. Kaylee is a red collar. She cannot go into a boarding kennel at all. So she is separated from the other dogs because she is a red collar. A red collar is an aggressive dog an aggressive dog towards other dogs. So I hope you can start to kind of see my situation. So the hospital knows my situation because I'm always in there. And they knew I had my mother. They knew I had Rod. And it wasn't, you know, they knew I needed to leave if everything wasn't dire. I did pull out my paperwork, and I really don't even know why I should have to do this, but I'm going to. If you can see here, and excuse my one nail, they popped it off last night because of having to put my finger in the machine. Right here, I don't know if you guys can see that. It's right here. But it says hypertension with heart failure. So is what that means is the right side of my heart is in utter decline. And from what the doctor, I've got 3 doctors right now. I've got a primary, I've got my cardiologist that I just got that I don't like, and then I'm trying to get back to my old doctor, which is Dr. Radis, and he's in Tampa. I will make the drive. He's that much worth it. As far as the Dr. Nasser in Ocala, this last one that I saw that I don't like, he was telling me all this stuff and really didn't tell me much of anything. But then on my way out, they did an EKG, and I said, well, can I ask you the results of the EKG? And he said, quote, the right side of your heart is done. He said, there is no fixing it. If you quit smoking, that may give you another couple years. Okay, since then, I have talked to other people. I have talked to people that's had the same diagnosis I have had. And they said he's full of crap. There's things that can be done. I guess it just means if I am a good candidate for some of the things, which I don't know. Therefore, why I'm getting Dr. Radis. He is a heart surgeon at Tampa General in Tampa, Florida. He is my old cardiologist. That's who I'm going back to. I have been diagnosed with a normal heart rhythm since I was in my 20s. I didn't think it was that bad. I have gotten, I was with Dr. Radis, oh my goodness, for 6 years, 7 years. And then we moved here to North Florida near Ocala, and I haven't had a cardiologist. I had a primary, and they did random EKG, so I never thought it was that bad up until now. So I knew I had some heart issues, but I didn't know they were in the extent that Dr. Nasser is telling me they are. I did get a lot of these papers from Tampa, or from the hospital right down the road, and then I got one from my I think these might all 3 be from not last night, but the previous times before. But in all the papers, it explains what I got orders to go do all this stuff. I got imaging orders. I've got more tests. I've got a blood work I've got to go have done. I've got pictures of all kinds of stuff. I guess it's my heart or whatever. You know, I don't feel, you know, acute care. I don't feel like I really should have to come on and do this, but I feel like in a sense I'm being questioned. So I feel like my my word is kind of being questioned. They let me go last night because I wasn't having a heart attack. It had nothing to do with my diagnosis. The diagnosis is the same. it just means I wasn't having a heart attack. I was having a panic attack because I was up hanging these stupid lights for 2 hours, and I shouldn't have been. To do a video and try to make it look pretty for all of us to do. You know, I wanted it to look nice. And, you know, I don't get no money for doing these YouTube videos. I don't have a Patreon account. I don't have any money sent to me. I don't have any PR. Everything that I bring to this channel, I pay for out of my own pocket. And sometimes it's kind of rough to do. But I want to do it. And it's something that I want to do. And it's like, gives me an outlet. You know, and a matter of fact, I don't ask nothing from anyone. But I'm the one giving y'all gifts. I'm paying out of my pocket to give y'all stuff. And then not only that, I'm paying anywhere from $10 to $20 each box to ship it. So if I was going to come on here and make something up, I don't really see the reason why I would do that. I'm not here asking for sympathy. I'm not here asking for money. I'm not here to get any gain whatsoever, except was something for me to do, something that I love to do. Now, am I saying now down the future, if for some reason my channel takes off, which I doubt because it's not doing too well, would that be a bonus and a plus for me? Yes, it would. Because I got to take care of my mother and myself, and we both have ailments, and I take care of 3 rescue dogs, and yes, it would help. But everybody that's doing these YouTube videos, it would help. Because the majority of everybody on here is not monetized, does not have PR, and everything they spend out of their own pocket. So, you know, and then we're talking about propanol. Propanol is a medication I was put on in my early 30s, originally because I had migraines. Now at 20 to 30 milligrams twice a day, that's fine for migraines. But when you're getting to a higher dosage, then it starts talking about vascular care. To slow my rhythm down because it's very high. So did they start me off originally on propanol because I had migraines? Yes. Because my heart was beating too fast, pumping out the blood too fast, going in my head and always giving me migraines. It worked. But then later on they found out my heart wasn't beating right. It does all the time. It stops and starts back up all the time. Now, I am on propanol at 80 milligrams every 2 hours. Or not every 2 hours. Sorry, twice a day. I don't know if you can see that. Twice a day at 80 milligrams. So, that's what I normally take, is this. So this Dr. Nesser, being that my blood pressure is going down so low, and yes, propanol will make your blood pressure go down, because it's also used for that. Propanol is one of the medications that's used for rape. It's used for blood pressure. It's used for heart rhythm. It's used for migraines. If you pull this up, you're going to see a list of so many things that propanol does. And it calms you down. So I've been on this almost 30 years. Right now I'm on 80 milligrams twice daily. Or twice a day. So when my heart It was still beating the way it beats, but then when my blood pressure started dropping and getting really low, this was dangerous for me because it also brings your blood pressure down. So Dr. Nesser wanted to put me on something else. Now, I told Dr. Nesser that I was maintaining it and I was doing it quarterly. I quit taking it twice a day. I monitor my blood pressure, my heart rate, and I give myself the dosage that I think of propanol, and I take it. It's all regulated. I regulate the milligrams. I regulate the time, and regulate the milligrams as far as where the blood pressure and the heart rate is. Now, if it's at a certain point where it's so low I can't take it, but yet my heart rate's high, that's been the battle. So then I'll go in there and drink like 4 cups of tea and eat something and get some sugar and just to bring my blood pressure up so I can take a piece of propanol to calm my heart rhythm down. But Dr. Nesser, and I don't blame him, wanted to try to put me on something else, and I do appreciate that. But when he did, he put me on this. And when he did, I had a bad reaction to it. So, I took it for one day. And like he said, half in the morning, half at night, go off the propanol. I did that. And by that night, I was wheezing so badly. And my chest was so heavy. I said, no, we're not going to do this. We're not going to try to solve a heart problem. I'm going to create a lung problem, which I do have a history of that also. So I called them and they suggested, hey, why don't you go off that we just prescribed you and go back on your propanol regulated? I said, really? Okay, thank you. So that's what I've done. Back on the propanol, just not 80 milligrams 2 times a day. You know, I do have a lot of chest pain. A lot of my heart will grab. When I do, that's what the nystatin is for. It's a little pill. They're tablets you put underneath your tongue, and it's supposed to help you. You take 1, I believe. If it doesn't help you, take 2. Doesn't help you, then get your butt in the hospital. So I also have those. It is comes in a little brown jar. They're little nystatin tablets. So I take those if I have too bad of a time. But it's like I'm scared to take these because when I take these, I have a migraine for 3 days. But if it's getting to the point where I think it's my heart or a migraine, yes, I will take these. Now, let's cover one more thing. God, it's going to be a long video. My smoking. Yes, Sherry, I know. Quit right now. Go cold turkey. I've done that. Okay, first of all, it didn't work for me. I quit for 3 months and started right back. Second of all, when your heart or a specific part of your body is starting to have a lot of difficulty, the last thing you want to do is go cold turkey. Unless you're monitored with a nicotine patch and maybe something to calm your nerves down, a volume of some kind, you do not want to create a situation to where somebody goes in shock or have a nervous breakdown or, God forbid, bring on a heart attack or a stroke. You can't remove. Nicotine is also a drug. You can't just yank it away from somebody that's been smoking 43 years, and now they're having heart problems to shake it because that's going to cause another problem, and probably a stroke or a heart attack, because smoking is a stimulant. It calms you down. That's why I enjoy smoking, because I am sometimes, if you can't tell already, an uptight person. And when I get upset, I'm an uptight person. So, you know, the smoking calms me down. Is it going to kill me if I don't stop? Yes. But that's why it's been suggested that I go into some programs. Not just one, but maybe a couple. Just because I'm going to need something that not only takes care of the cravings and the nicotine for my system, but I'm also going to have something mentally, because all my life that's what I've done. I started at 14. I was a baby. I'm 56. So I don't know life without cigarettes. Can God help me and Jesus help me? Yes. But God has a lot of tools in his tool belt. So he can use a lot of different things to achieve what he wants to achieve. Can he heal me or drastically deliver me? Yes. I believe that. But until that happens, I am going to go the way that is comfortable for me and from what my doctors say is best for me. Because with me, as uptight as I can get or nervous as I can get, it wouldn't be good. I would probably end up right back in the hospital. So I just wanted to make this video and try to clarify a couple things. If I said them wrong, I'm sorry. I just got back from the hospital. I was sick. I didn't even want to do the video, but I wanted to let you guys know I was okay and try to give you at least a little bit of information until I could do a proper video. You know, I don't want anybody upset with me or harsh with me or anything. I'm doing the very best I can with the hand I've been dealt with. With God's help, I will persevere, but I've got to go the way that it's comfortable for me. And when I start seeing Dr. Radis and hopefully get testing by it, now he's going to have to pay him out of pocket because my insurance won't cover his fees. So, you know, I've got to get a good doctor, and if you're on Medicaid, you're not going to. So I have to get a doctor that I'm going to believe what he tells me. And I'm going to trust him. And Dr. Nesser, I just don't trust. So with an important part of your body's function as a heart, I'm going to go back to somebody I do trust. All right, guys, I hope this answered some questions. I hope nobody's ill at me or, you know, upset with me in any way. And if I didn't say it right or try to explain it right before, I'm sorry. That's why I'm doing this video. So please understand and please see where I'm coming from on everything. And I hope this explains a lot and clears up a lot. Next video I did make a couple purchases, not only for myself, but for you guys. And I don't know how many videos I'm going to do. I've got 3 things, different boxes to show. But let's just take 1 minute at a time and get as far as we can. All right, guys, I love you so, so much. Till the next video. And I don't know how long this is going to take to load. So just be patient with me. It will get there. All right, guys, I love you so, so much. All right, love you bunches. Bye-bye.